You've mentioned the core values a lot. So, how do you develop true core values within a business?
Yeah, it's a great question. So I actually have the way that I've come up with over years, kind of borrowing from a couple of different things.
Mhm.
But it starts with this: understanding that core values are not who you wish you were. Your core values are the ember that burns inside of you, good or bad, that has gotten you to where you are. And it's up to you to define them. So the only thing I can tell you about core values is that you definitely will never have them precisely defined. But what we're trying to do is we're trying to do the best job we can to identify those traits that make us us so that we can see them in others and we can see them in the things and decisions we make along the way. And so that process takes a few weeks, but typically it starts with making a list of who you are and being as honest as you can. And then I help you to winnow it down to, I prefer to have anywhere from 3 to 5 core values, never more than 5. And I also have a way where like a lot of times I think people's core values are very undirected, which means they could have 5 core values about how tall they are. It's like,
Yeah,
okay, well, you got one thing nailed. And so I have core values for different elements of who you are and sort of how you behave and things like that. Uh, and then
interesting.
and then you copyright it. So
Yeah.
you take the essentialist path, you try to, say more by saying less. And it's like my favorite thing to do.
If there was one piece of advice that you could give to someone that was making their first hire or was starting to build a team, what would it be?
It's better to wait a year for the right person than to hire the wrong person today. No matter how bad it might feel, what you're doing right now, if you're doing everything, it's way more detrimental to have a second person, because what happens is a second person who doesn't fit. Because what happens is you'll actually end up spending all of your time trying to make sense to them. They're not going to understand the way that you're communicating with them. It's very, very difficult, especially if you're talking about your first hire. I'm not talking about, Microsoft or
Yeah.
something. But yeah, that first hire, you're essentially looking for someone to be a second brain walking around your body, right? And I have one of those right now, and he's doing unbelievably. And he didn't start that way. It's been a process of meetings and Loom videos and SOPs and 4Rs documents and all sorts of other things. But now I look at everything he does and I don't even have to edit it. It's because it looks like it's coming out of my brain. And I have probably 10 people I could introduce you to that I would say, like, it's almost effortless. I don't have to do or say anything. The work that they do is immaculate, and it's because of the time and love and effort and closeness of those relationships.
Love that. My name is Samuel Main, and I truly hope that you've got value from today's video. If you have, please do hit like and subscribe down below, and I'll see you in the video tomorrow.